Yes, people, we are back 3 years on since the last tournament. Afcon 2023 has arrived. The first game kicking off tomorrow, but tonight we got a preview. We are co-streaming this on Pros Only Sports and on Eagle Eyed Extra. Make sure you head over to Eagle Eyed Extra. The link of the channel is in the description of the video. If you're watching on Pros Only Sports, you can click on it, subscribe to their new channel, which is going to be showing the AFCON throughout the duration of the tournament. So make sure you do that, people. We got Hamza in the building, man. It's been a minute. Hamza hasn't been here in a long time. How you doing, bro?
It's been a struggle, but yeah, at least we're taking the small steps of coming back.
Come on. And Rich, man, what are you saying?
I'm so excited. First things first, we got to obviously big up you, Roland, the home of AFCON.
Come on.
The home of AFCON. So to once again be co-streaming with you, I really appreciate that. And just to reiterate, yes, it's not Eagle Eyed Football co-streaming this time, it's Eagle Eyed Extra, because we're going to keep Eagle Eyed Football strictly Palace related, but everything else is on Eagle Eyed Extra. So please drop us a sub, but make sure you subscribe to Pros Only Sports. And I don't know what new name you're going to have for yours, Hamza, but when yours is out there, get to subscribing to Hamza when he is back. AFCON is back. Let us once again give it the respect it deserves. Let's go.
Come on. But yeah, man, people, like Rich said, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well, share it out, friends and family, because it's gonna be a big tournament. After today, we just got games, literally all the games. We're gonna make sure that we actually stream that third and fourth playoff, because I could not believe that we missed that one last time out. I couldn't believe it, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna do all the games. Obviously, all the man are gonna be here. CM, Realist, Reese is gonna be here as well. Who else is going to be here? Darren's going to be here. We're going to get a few special guests as well. Tariq too. So, like, yeah, we're going to have like a lot of people just joining in. Obviously, Hamza's going to be joining in, especially for those Egypt games too. So, you know, like we got a lot coming. So make sure you stay tuned to all of that. But look, there's only one place to start, man. Like, we got to start with the bad before we start getting into the real deal, man. Because like every single time we start a tournament, there's always some negative press, some negative things going on that surround the tournament as well. It seems to happen every single time. And I think we got to kick off with a lot of like uproar that happened between Manchester United's Andre Onana and the Cameroonian Federation, and also Manchester United themselves as a club, and how it all just ended up being this mess. So Onana still, as of right now, is still in England. The tournament starts tomorrow. He will be playing in the game, I believe it is tomorrow, against Spurs for Manchester United, before flying out. And we didn't know if he was going to play in their opening game, but now it's been confirmed that he won't play in their opening game. He'll sit it out. Now, what do you guys think about that? Because this is, for me, I put the blames on Onana 100%. If you've been called up for your country, you know when you have to meet with your other teammates and your nation, you leave if you really want to play. That's my take.
Bro, they need to omit him from the squad. I'm sorry. He's got to go. He has got to go. I don't care if you have an important league game or whatever it may be. You have been chosen to represent your country. You pick up your bags and you go. Now, if it was a case where he still flew out and played the first game for Cameroon, fair enough. And that's what we were led to believe at the start. Now, all of a sudden now, he ain't playing that first game. You don't play that first game, don't play any game. Stay in Manchester. Bear in mind, you are not even having the best of times. You should take this break. Take this break. But most importantly, Cameroon needs to stand firm on, and for me personally, don't pick him. Simple as. You know,
and should have been removed.
I tweeted it out, and I had some people saying, "Oh, but like it's a very important game and stuff." So I said, "Okay, so what? Let's just hypothetically say that Harry Kane had a game for England alongside a game for Bayern Munich. Do you think he's going to say, 'Oh, sorry, Gareth, I'm going to go play for Bayern'?" Then this same person responded, "Oh, but there's much bigger stakes in the league. I was like, hold on a second. Liverpool have just sent Mo Salah. They're in a title race. Brentford sent 3 players and they're in a relegation battle. Forest have sent 5 players and they're in a relegation battle. So don't talk to me about important. Nothing is more important than representing your nation. And you know what? The guy didn't reply to that response. Because it's a disgrace. I'm sorry. It's a disgrace.
Hamza, what do you think? What do you think?
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Like it's an absolute joke. We want him gone, by the way. I just don't want him to see. I swear to God, I don't want to see him playing against Spurs. Like I hoped for the Afcon to come so he could leave, and he's still here.
I hope he makes a mistake.
He's gonna make a mistake.
Listen, he's gonna make a mistake.
That's the form he's in right now. So you know,
here's the issue, right? He's on the form where De Gea is that like the form of the bad David De Gea, but he hasn't shown any good performances from the beginning of the season. Let's be honest. I hoped he would leave, but he still doesn't leave. Like if Mohamed Salah did it with Egypt, everybody would pound him. But I haven't seen like a bad press against Onana from the Cameroon perspective, and I think they're like doing whatever it takes for him to come, which I think it's a complete joke, to be honest. That shouldn't be the case. I think that Cameroon should have removed him. Like it's not even consideration. You're called up for the national team. You should go to the national team. It's just a weird case of not accepting the reality that he should think like, right, I have got Afcon. I'm not in good form in Man United. I should go to Afcon and try to get a bit of form. That's the way that you're supposed to think. He's frightened of leaving his spot.
You know what? And just on this, and listen, granted, obviously, I understand that Afcon's obviously in the middle of the season. However, I'm going to caveat that with the fact that the Asia Cup is in the middle of the season. I don't hear about Son being asked to stay for games. Nothing. And this is where it goes to the disrespect of the tournament.
Because like my thing is like I place it all on Onana anyway. Like it's got
100, number
like,
one.
He has decided yes, like I'll stay. The manager may try and ask him to try and influence him to stay, but ultimately you're representing your country. They've called you up. You have to go. There's a time for you to report. And that's the thing. I wonder what it's going to look like for his relationship with the federation, because don't forget, in the World Cup, he played in the first game of the tournament for Cameroon. He did something stupid that Rigobert Song was not happy with. He dropped him the next game, and then basically said he was exiled for the rest of the tournament. And at that point, he said, I retire. I think in the middle of the tournament, he said, I retire from international duty. Then he moves to United, and then all of a sudden, he's back in talks with the federation. I want to come back, and then he makes his return. And then for him to only go and do this, it's just a big disrespect to the federation, because it's like you did what you did. They've exiled you. You've retired. They've opened the door for you to come back because you're still in the prime of your career, and then you go ahead and do this. It's disrespectful. I wonder what's going to happen though, because with all of this controversy, their second choice keeper, what's going to happen with him? Because he's playing the first game. Is he going to be dropped in the second game because Onana is ready to come back? It's already causing problems within their...
Have they changed their manager? Are they changing their manager?
Let me check.
Because it could be the case of the manager changed and all of a sudden...
It's still Song. Right. Song is still the manager, yeah. Song is still the manager. So the manager hasn't changed since the World Cup anyway. So it's the same manager. It's just going to cause a lot of issues between teammates. And you need to be together in a tournament because you're not going to be there for that much longer. So, we're going to be there for a month. Within 4 weeks, I don't think they're going to be doing pretty well. I mean, they've also lost Mbeumo as well. The Brentford wide man, he's injured. He didn't go to the tournament. So one of their best players is not going to be there either. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But let me get into these comments, man. They're blowing up. Big up to everybody who's tuning in right now on Eagle Eyed Extra and on Pros Only Sports. But yeah, let's get into some of these comments. Big up to man like Brushes, just smack the like on the way in, folks. Man like Drizzy saying we are here. Tariq better not show up. Big up to man like NN repping. with the Cameroonian flags. Big up man like Sammy all the way in Morocco. We're so back. Yes, big up yourself. But yeah, what a
Big
realist.
contenders for the Afcon, by the way.
Man said he ain't seen Hamza in a long time. Big up realist. So he sounded a lot more manly.
Big up, my guy.
Yeah,
I've missed this. I've
Hey,
absolutely.
yo.
yo, big up man like Santi as well. I said Hamza is back. Bro, Jizzy say I miss rolling shiny head on stream. Rolling dead. Yeah, relax. We ain't doing that prop here, fam. Really say I'm backing whoever's getting to the final. Drizzy saying Rich is not Ghanaian, he's not wearing his
There's
jersey.
only one team.
Nah, Egypt ain't doing it, man. Egypt ain't doing it. Relax. Onana's a disgrace. And then says I'm playing
It's
10
interesting
hard.
to see what people are gonna say about Onana, by the way, because the press in the UK, they want him gone. They want him completely gone. I don't see that press in the Cameroonian media, because I don't know. Do they want Onana? Is their second goalkeeper that bad that they're trying to get Onana? It's a weird case of player power again, which is destroying football nowadays.
But look what Coach's Corner said here. Apparently, the senior players say Eto and the coach only play players that are represented by their agents, which I wouldn't be surprised at. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that those kind of situations happening behind the scenes where everybody's represented by the same or similar agents, and if you're not represented by them, they're not gonna play you, or they won't pick you or whatever. So that's gonna be interesting. Santi saying you've chosen to represent your country as well and taking up a roster spot from somebody else, which is true. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't report on time. Like, I don't care. Like, you're not on time, bro. Like, so you don't get to play. Like, Vibes, big up man like Vibes. He says, to be fair, I can't say it's all on Onana. Cameroon are allowing it as well. You could say that true. It's true. It's true. Like,
There's probably one financial pay packet for it, you know.
Yeah. Drizzy agreeing with you, Rich, saying I'm him from the squad. If I'm Song, I'm not playing and I make him sit on the bench. This is what I'm saying. I wonder what's going to happen because
He shouldn't be on the bench, but I think
you're playing first. You're not playing first game. Are they going to reinstate you for the second game? Because it really depends on whether the keeper performs well or not, in my opinion, because of the way you only have 3 games to really prove yourself. So if in the group stage, so like if the keeper performs well, why would you drop him? Especially if you win and you keep a clean sheet, you wouldn't drop him. If you do, that's going to cause a problem. So I really wonder. And then imagine if he makes a mistake against Spurs, the spotlight that's going to be on Onana as well. If he makes a mistake tomorrow, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know.
He's gonna make it's written in the stars. He's gonna make a mistake tomorrow.
Big up to man like CM. Afcon is on the way. He's saying big up to us as well. Big up to man like CM. CM's going to be here, man, doing a lot of these games alongside of us as well. So make sure you also subscribe to CM22ENT as well. Let's see. Solid game, more important.
Kudus hasn't started his game. What? Oh, they haven't played it. What the hell is this chat on about?
Big up, Super Nick as well. It's Afcon time. Big up to man like Reese as well. Onana, we need a break. Please go. Super Nick saying I'm done with Onana. He's a Ten Hag sympathizer. Yeah, nah, this is crazy. Make sure you subscribe to Eagle Eye Extra. Big up to man like Santi for that. Moss say what's the controversy? There's controversy, man. Like the fact that Onana's done this, because I think it's on Onana. Me personally, I think he's made this decision for himself. I don't think he's been forced into saying I'm gonna stay. If your country needs you and you're the number one choice,
No. He hasn't been forced to stay. He only stayed because he knows he's in trouble. Like if the second goalkeeper in Man United, he comes in and performs well, he's dropped. He's dropped.
That's the thing. Imagine, because that's the case. Like as well, like if Ben Yedder ends up being the keeper that everyone thinks that he's gonna be, or if he performs really well, Onana could come back to a situation where, he's he's out of spot. He's out of a spot.
But this is something I see it as something bad, because like if you're not full of confidence that you're gonna take your spot back when you've performed in the Champions League last season like this and you haven't been on form, then that's a big issue, in my opinion.
Cool. Let's talk about the next topic. Yeah, in terms of controversy. So, Ivory Coast, the host nation, have not called up Wilfried Zaha to the squad. Now, there's some confusion surrounding what happened in regards to why he wasn't picked, right? So, they're saying that he hasn't hit the level of form required to be picked by Jean-Louis Gasset, who's the coach of Ivory Coast. So I wonder what the reason is. They're saying on their side he's not played well enough this season to warrant a place, which is interesting. When you've got someone like Max Gradle, this is going to be his 7th or 8th Afcon. He's 36 years old and won't even play. I guarantee it, because he's only played 46 minutes in the last 2 games for Ivory Coast. So that's a wide man that won't even play. And he's taking up a squad spot. Cool. But then on the other side, they're saying that there was a mix-up between Zaha and the FA, where they said that he didn't report to his call-up on time. Or something, like, I think for the provisional squad, just to confirm that he's ready to go and everything like that. He didn't report back on time, and so therefore they considered him not going to be available for the tournament. So, what do you think overall about Zaha not being picked? And Rich, you know Zaha very well, so you're the perfect place to start here, to be honest.
Look, I might have my Palace head on for this, but no one can tell me that Wolf hasn't had a decent season for Galatasaray. He's had his struggles. He's obviously had to adjust, new league, hostile crowd, whether you're doing well or not. The Turkish fans will get onto you. But he's done really well. A couple goals in the Champions League. He's got quite a few goals in the league as well. I think he's done okay. He had a very, very tough start. Obviously, he has a few injuries and he's been picking up a few little niggles here and there before he left us. But I don't agree with you. I think he's done okay. Remember, he's come from Palace. You got to understand, you got to put that into perspective. He's done okay. People expect him to go there and literally tank, and he hasn't. People waiting for him to completely flop, and he's not done that. So if they're going to go by performances, I don't think that's the right reason. If they're saying he's reported late, fair enough. Late is late. If Onana was late, he's late.
Yeah.
Same treatment. So cool. But then it's so difficult because regarding any sort of African federation, there's always something political behind the scenes.
Yep.
100%.
We just don't know. We just don't know what it is.
I think it's one of those situations where, like, even if he's performing badly, let's say Mohamed Salah, for example, hasn't been on form for Liverpool, Egypt would take him with a heartbeat. They just wouldn't think about it. It's the same thing with Zaha. Zaha's the star guy in Ivory Coast now. I don't think there's anybody who could overshadow him. Probably there isn't that type of big player like Zaha. It's one of those weird situations that I think it's 100% political. I don't know what's behind it. Everything's nowadays political. So yeah, it's one of those where you just have to accept it because like you just don't know what happens. And it's sad for Afcon because I actually quite like watching Zaha, because Zaha actually shows what he's all about in the Afcon. I really do enjoy watching Zaha, the likes of Zaha, Salah, those types of players. It's a blow. Like, it's a blow for the viewers. It's a blow for Ivory Coast, the biggest losers. So yeah, we just have to know what's behind it.
Yeah. So they're saying that basically the coach decided that there's too many right wingers in the squad, and so Zaha wouldn't make it based off of that. But then at the same time, the former coach of Ivory Coast gave his opinion, and he said that basically if it was me who was having to make that decision, I wouldn't have picked Zaha either, because he's not been consistent with the national team, and There's been some stuff that's happened like off the field between Zaha and the staff, with the Ivory Coast staff. Because obviously there was an issue between them where there was a fight that happened between Zaha and the coaching staff, and then also Zaha not basically reporting to duty when, and in terms of, you know, always having an excuse. That's what the guy said, that he has an excuse, and so therefore it doesn't always go to his team, to his national team. So it's interesting the fact that, you know, as I said, there's certain players that have made the squad, like, you know, the likes of Nicolas Pepe, for example, who, you know, he missed out on quite a lot of football for Arsenal before making his move earlier on the season. So yeah, it's interesting that Zaha doesn't make it. All right, a couple more controversial points, right? So we'll start with this one. So the Gambian national team were on their way to Ivory Coast and had to basically abandon their flight because of a lack of oxygen on board the aircraft. A couple of their team actually fainted, and a few of the team were shaken up by the experience. But yeah, it was a pretty scary situation, because apparently, you know, according to some of the players that were on the flight, they said if they'd gone for another 30 minutes, they probably would have died, because basically within a couple of minutes, players fell asleep because of the lack of oxygen. A lot of players like fainted essentially. And they couldn't be woken up. And then obviously the pilot noticed this when it was happening. Probably somebody alerted him to the fact, and had to turn their flight all the way back around. So they're safe, which is the most important thing. But another scary kind of situation that happened. I don't know if people remember what happened to the Togo national team when when their boss got attacked on their way. I think it was the 2010 Afcon, I believe. I think so. So yeah, it's a scary situation, but you know, thank God that they was able to come through it, honestly, because that's crazy. Because obviously, if people do remember last Afcon, Gambia did pretty well. I think they went to the last 16 as well, so they were looking to try and improve on that this time round. But yeah, I don't know what you guys' thoughts on it.
No, just echo just the fact that, like, you know, thank God that everyone was safe, and thank God that the pilot was very aware and didn't say, oh, you know what, there's only half an hour left, let me try and quickly, you know, get to the destination, you know. So look, they're safe. I just hope that whatever the issue is, apparently they were saying that the aircraft was too big or something. There's so many different like rumors, but whatever it is, hopefully it's rectified, and Gambia obviously get there safe and sound.
Yeah. Hamza?
Yeah, 100%. The thing is, the most important thing is that they're safe. It's an issue again where it's just like every time we try to step in the right direction in the Afcon, we just take 2 steps backwards. It's one of those where they say why Afcon shouldn't be played, or shouldn't be in the middle of the season. In my opinion, I think like the Afcon in general, I think there should be more support financially, because I think with more finance that case would have never happened.
Basically,
and strong personalities behind the scenes to prevent incidents with the likes of Zaha, Onana, those types of players. I think we just need stronger leadership and just more support, because this is a really good competition and one to enjoy, but unfortunately we're not given the tools to enjoy it, and without any controversy. So
he's right. No, sorry to cut you off. He's right about leadership, because the fact that Onana can do what he did, and then like Ivory Coast can decide not to pick basically one of the stars, because Zaha is one of the stars. Regardless of what you want to say, he's one of the stars of African football. So the fact that those players one's not even going to play and one is delaying his start, you know, that stems from leadership. If I was the president of CAF, everybody who I think is fit and available to come, they have to come and play. I don't care, because it's about viewers. It's about getting people into the stadiums so that our stadiums are full, so that people can enjoy it. But you know, it's what it's. Sorry to cut you off, Rich.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think once it's kind of like I think we're our own makers of our own downfall. I think once the African federations just come together and realize how strong a competition this can be, you know, because when you look at the amount of African talent across Europe, this is why a lot of teams are desperate for our players to stay home.
Yeah,
because they're pivotal, you know. But like it just feels like it's just once the politics is just scrapped from African football in general, it can grow. I think Etu said it a couple of seasons back. He was like, "Listen, the potential in Africa is mad."
Yeah, but he's a part of the problem too, though. Like, because
it is a shame.
Yeah,
some of the stuff that's going on
he's
with
one of the
Cameroon
biggest
is
problems.
his
By the way,
fault, right? Like,
I'll never
look,
get
so we talk about the Gambian national team just before we move on. Yeah, like they have another row with now the FA. Yeah, where there's a row over bonuses, right? So apparently, the sports minister from Gambia said that, you know, if the players would take part in a training camp in Saudi Arabia earlier on this month, everybody will be paid 5,000 euros, and they would what they will do is they'll waive their bonuses for the tournament in exchange for diplomatic passports. So they all went to Saudi Arabia, was given their 5,000 euros, and then given a diplomatic passport by the government. Now people are saying that that they all together they've received 500,000 euros, and that, you know, well, no, they said that they wanted more money, the players, and so the government needs to give them their money within the next few days. So it's like, yeah, this isn't good. Like, this type of money rouse happening like just before the start of a tournament isn't good for any setup. So
it happened with us couple like the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah, in 2014, yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's not good. But all right, and then the last bit of controversy before we actually start getting into the real deal and the real business is the television rights in the UK. Anyway, only last week I seen a tweet. Like, I was on Twitter and I saw someone saying
it came out of nowhere.
a few days, we're just over a week from Afcon, and there's no UK rights to show the tournament. And I was thinking to myself, like, where are they going to show it in the UK?
Yeah, like me and Roland were on the phone to each other, like, all right, cool. Is the Cafe YouTube doing it? Do we have to find some street like links from street? We don't know. It's like no one's covering it.
And so, like, then all of a sudden they just rush, and then I'm sure that CAF must have sold it, like, you know, like very cheaply to Sky Sports so that they can get some coverage. Because there's no way that deal was not negotiated like months before this tournament. How can it within 6 days then we've got rights in the UK? And like a lot of people are saying in the chat here, I'm not trying to watch games, yeah. 60 minutes in, then it starts on Sky Sports. I'm not trying to do that this time. If that's the case and they start doing that kind of stuff, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna watch because I don't get it.
No,
You remember last time
they violated.
we were watching Nigeria versus somebody. I don't know who it was. It might have been Egypt. I don't know. Maybe it might have been in. I don't know.
The way it just popped up, like, wait, what?
Because they played in the same. They were in the same group last time. I don't know. Maybe it was that. And then we were scrambling for a link that afternoon. Then everyone was saying, "Oh, it's back on Sky Sports." So I switched over to Sky Sports. I couldn't believe my eyes.
60th minute.
60th minutes. Yeah. We're not doing this again, man. Like, we're not doing this again. I hope that they actually take it seriously. Now, I don't expect there to be punditry. I know that for a fact. I just don't expect it to happen because for something like that, it's a lot of planning. You can't do that.
Oh, let me tell you about this punditry because it's
like
one of those.
We got Reese.
Yes, Reese and everyone.
Yes,
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
One of the lamest things that people do in Afcon is punditry. I was in the stadium for the what's it called? I was watching Ahli with an African team, right? And what they do is there's no punditry, as you say. I was like, well, like how do they broadcast? So they broadcast the game, and they get a guy in the stadium holding, I don't know what it is, probably a radio or something. It's something that's really old, and he's like talking the entire match, and everybody's just shouting at him, like cussing at him. It's I don't know. It comes back to my main point about the financial state of the Afcon and the leadership. We need more of that. That should be called out, and it's not being called out enough. Same as UEFA, same as FIFA, by the way. Like, it's not only Afcon, it's all the federations, football federations. It's been it's a couple of years where this it's
I have vibes, man.
a couple it's been a couple of seasons, couple of years where we have seen the power of money, politics impact our game. um yeah, we need more unity in this. We need more stronger voices in this, and unfortunately it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Reese, what do you think about the fact that the Sky Sports only just got the rights to this like literally a few days ago? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's people power, man, for sure, man. I think if there was no coverage, there would have been a lot of uprest. A lot of people would have got upset. I think it's bad. It should have been really thought about. It's not like everyone knew when it was coming. I don't know whether or not there was, difficulties with regards to TV rights and stuff like that. But yeah, it's bad, isn't it? It's like, and then the next question is it going to get the proper coverage that's justified? When we compare it to the Euros, it's a different level, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. They're going to log on. They're going to tune in 5 minutes before kickoff. Tell us the starting lineup, and then the game's going to start.
Yeah.
Man, like Dion Dublin and them kind of guys there on the stream, bro. You don't even know anybody.
What's going to happen is obviously, they're going to have their usual Sky Sports games, like evening kickoffs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's half time. Let's quickly tune into, the Africa Cup of Nations. Listen,
if they do that, I'm not watching, bro. I won't watch.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You UK people, who do you think who do you think the pundits are gonna be? Because in my eyes, I don't like, as Vibe said, I only see Zaha and Onana being the pundits. Like
like last time there was no pundits. Literally, like Rich said, they would actually start the program 5 minutes before the game. 5 minutes before the game.
Is absolutely crap, by the way. Let me tell you, the Premier League punditry.
I think the issue is that a lot of pundits are probably scared to do it. The reason being is that a lot of them don't know a lot of the players, so they're watching the game sort of blindly. So, and you know what social media is like. If they say something wrong, that's going to get clipped. That's going online. Do you know what I mean? So I think a lot of the pundits are scared to do it, and that's a shame. This is why they need to be actively looking out for people that are knowledgeable within Afcon and African players, and scouting them. You know what I mean? That, and I know it's not even a plug for you lot's channel, but honestly, you, Roland, and Eagle Eyed Football TV, bro, Rich. Honestly, you guys, bro, you're very knowledgeable on this, and like, I'm surprised that you lot haven't been asked to do bigger stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Within maybe not even Sky, but something like Euro Sports or something like that, man. Because honestly, like, some of the stuff that you hear some of the players, like the pundits say, like I said, Dion Dublin did a one, and he was like, I can't remember who they was like. What? Nzombi. Remember Nzombi for we used to play for Wigan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was like, I've never heard of him. It was like, bro, he played in the Premier League for years. What are you chatting about? He played it big. Do you know what I mean? How can you not have heard of him? Like, even if you watch the Premier League, like match of the day, bro, you'd have heard of him. You know what I'm saying? So,
do you know what I think it is as well? It's tough work for them, because they when they research before a match in the Premier League, for example, they already know most of the players, where they've been, how they played. When they go to the Afcon, right, here are the team sheets. How am I gonna research every single player and how they've been and what they've done? I think it's laziness, like, to be completely honest,
no,
because you could be a pundit and research everything, and that's a fact. But not
that's a
doing it, I
scapegoat,
think,
because you know what? These guys don't actually watch much football anyway.
yeah.
I guarantee they'll have all the notes there.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's true, man.
That's true.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's get rid of all this controversy. Let's get into the actual business right now. So look, all right, tournament favorite.
I just want to just say, first of all, Roland, I hope you learned from your last time, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I've learned my lesson. We're not
The kit has been
there.
burnt, right?
We're not there. We're not there. I don't.
Okay.
We're not there.
Yeah, because I'm clipping the last time and I might even just throw it up on social media, bro.
Yeah, put it on social media. You can do that because right now I have nothing to say.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad.
We're fried. We're fried.
We're watching the games for vibes.
I'm just happy to get out of the group stages this time.
We can actually chill and watch this tournament.
It's a stress-free tournament for me this time. I don't care anymore. There's no stress out, because last time, we shot ourselves. I shot myself. Last time because I'm like, Comoros did us. Ain't beating us. I said Comoros ain't beating us, and they beat us. I was like, I'm finished. But and let's get into it, man. So, tournament favorites. Now, I don't know who you guys are picking in terms of tournament favorites. I know who Hams is gonna pick for sure, but just looking at the teams in the tournament, you can't rule out the defending champions in Senegal. Ivory Coast, the host for sure. Nigeria, even though they had a good start, they had Morocco. Morocco kind of looking like the team. The reason
that's where I'm going.
That World Cup run was a good World Cup run, and we're not far removed. There's obviously been some changes in terms of the backroom staff. So Ziyech has now come back in. Some of the players that fell out with the previous coaching staff, there's now a new togetherness in the group. So it's going to be interesting there. I don't know who else you would say is as part of that. Obviously Egypt. I can't really put Algeria in there just because of what happened last time and the fact that still the makeup of their squad is still a lot of those aging players that we've spoken about. So
quick question: what as a team could just won the Afcon twice in the same year? I mean, said twice in the same rolling.
Yeah. Egypt have done it.
Egypt.
They did 3 or 4 times in a row.
Hamza. Oh, really?
Which one was it, Hamza? 3 or 4?
I think 3.
It's 3, yeah. So they done it 3 times. I know Ghana have done it once. But
there's no 2 ways in this tournament.
Like, I mean, obviously they're the holders of many tournaments. Like, they've won 7. They're going for the 8th right now. This is what Egypt are looking for. I don't know if it will happen because, as I said, because I've said this before, we're so far removed from the great pharaohs of Egypt. That team in the mid-2000s was a great team in Africa. Like, the best that we probably would have seen from Egypt in their entire history of them playing national team football. But they still have that hope in that one guy, Mohamed Salah. So it's like, I'll let Hamza speak on that. I'll let you speak. Hold on. I know you're gonna speak on it. I'll let you speak on it. But before we get into like those kind of individual type of topics, like I just want your favorite, right, for the tournament. So Rich, begin. Who do you think is going to be the favorite to win this?
For me, Morocco's going to be up there. I think they're going to ride the wave of that World Cup, like, because you know what they it's not like they did some like proper like S-housery. And they merited their performances. Like, they had a style of play and they stuck with it and they rode the luck. Don't get me wrong, but I am going to go and say I reckon Senegal will go back to back.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Reece. I would have put Mali as one. Oh, actually, no, we're not doing dark horses yet. Oh,
yeah. Let's wait. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Reece, who do you think is gonna be the favorites to win this?
Morocco, come on, bro. Bled.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Morocco are gonna win it, man. I think there's obviously coming off the World Cup, they had such a good World Cup. And I think a lot of the players are playing well at the moment as well. So, you know what I mean? I think it should be a good issue for them, man. For sure. But this is Afcon, though, man. Like, it's too,
You just don't know, innit? Like, literally, last tournament, we didn't know what was going to happen. Look, look at...
I knew Egypt would be in the final, innit? I did
Algeria were defending champions and they went out in the group stage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ghana went out in the group stage in the group that we thought we was gonna get through in. You know, Nigeria were knocked out in the last 16 by Tunisia, if you remember last time out, where at that point Nigeria were favourites apparently by the way they
That was a
played.
massive surprise.
And then Tunisia just shut them down from the beginning and outworked them, outfought them, and then was able to hit them on the counter and score, and they went through, knocked them out, you know. So, and obviously don't forget it was a tough game between Egypt and Morocco in the semi-final as well, if you remember. Tough game.
That was a big game.
It was proper physical one, and it was just too tight, not many chances. Salah was carrying, but you know, to get them to basically get them through. But there was a lot of chances from Morocco too. So it's tough. But I mean, you can't really look past them, but you just never know. Because I mean, the home team, after their performance last time, there's been some changes. We'll speak about theirs anyway. But Hamza, go on. Say what you got to say.
I could see, to be honest, a Morocco-Egypt final with Egypt winning. I actually don't agree with most of you saying we're depending only on Mohamed Salah, because I think we've got more players nowadays. Omar Marmoush, for example, he's been performing well in the Bundesliga. We've got Mustafa Mohamed. He's been doing really good in French league. We've got Mohamed Nini, who's really experienced. We've got a solid back line. Like, we've got a good back line, which has mistakes in him. That's the problem we have. The back line has got mistakes in him. But I think this year is stronger than the last couple of years. Stronger than the last time we've won it. So I think it's gonna be a strong tournament for Egypt. I could see us winning it.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, right? Like about the Egypt squad, but a lot of the players we saw the last time out, to be fair, like you know, so do you reckon that's gonna help them, because obviously the same group or similar type of group together, or is it now 3 years older? Because Hegazi's your main centre back, right? But he's older now. Like I don't know how old is he now. How old is
He's
he?
still performing well in the Saudi League. I've been watching him, but I've been watching him. But I think he's been the main man in Saudi League. It's one of those where, like, the team has got a lot of money and they've spent it on a lot of players. Yeah, they still got Hegazi in their central center back. He's been one of the crucial players. We need to improve in the defense. I can't lie about it. We need to sort out our defense. I've got a coach where he's now in the Egyptian national team. Like, I've got good connections there. They're confident. They're confident. The team is united, stronger than ever. Behind the scenes, they've changed a lot of the backroom staff. They feel like they've got a stronger team now. Behind the scenes, I think it's one of those where it's not a horse race, because I think Morocco is going to be really strong in this tournament alongside Cameroon. I think it's Egypt's to win, really.
Quick question: why do you think a lot of these top players just underperform in Afcon? Because I was just reloading on Drogba's penalty miss, and that year.
It's tough, man. The tournament's like, it's super physical to be doing it in the middle of a season.
Mental more than physical, I think, because it's draining.
You're right about that.
The pictures as well.
No, but you're right about that, Hamza. Just to touch on the mental side of it, like for example, a lot of these players, especially some of the bigger players, the star players, they're expected to drag their nation to winning this tournament. Like, that's basically the mental side of it. So you look at Salah last time out, he was basically their guy.
The pressure was crazy.
He was playing up front, like you know where Salah plays. Salah's a wide man, playing up front as their main striker, expected to score goals, to win them games, and to fire them to the tournament. You know, like, so a lot of the bigger players, they find it very difficult. So this is why you see the likes of Drogba going to an Afcon and not really doing too much. I mean, I saw Michael Essien in 1 or 2 Afcons, wasn't really replicating the same kind of form he was doing for Chelsea. Like,
look at Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey hasn't performed well.
Came and did a stinker, then went to go sit on the bench against Liverpool straight away.
Like the World Cup situation, like like I was expecting him to come to be fit for this tournament or prepare himself to be fit for the tournament so that he could actually prove himself because the World Cup performance was very poor. So the players, they from a mental side, Hamza's right, they do struggle from that perspective. But then on the physical side, like Rich said, the pitches aren't all that great, which we need to work on. The fact that you're doing it in the middle of your season, and there's a lot of desire to win the tournament, so players are going above and beyond. We saw a lot of injuries happening in the tournament last time out. The heat as well, the heat conditions too. Like obviously in Ivory Coast right now, it's like the peak of their dry season. So it's really hot. So some of these games, especially the ones that are gonna be played in the early afternoon, we got some 2 o'clock kickoffs, which is not, I think they're the same time as us time zone, so it's not gonna be any different. It's gonna be very hot there in the afternoon for them, so that also drains a lot. So I think there's all these different kind of crucial moments there, but or things that happen that really affect the players and stuff like that in terms of performing well during the tournament. But for me,
one last thing about the mental side.
Yeah.
These players don't want to get injured.
Yeah.
Because they've still got to go back to league football, which shouldn't be the way you're thinking. But I think it definitely plays on their mind.
No, Drizzy, you're taking the piss here. Nah, it was pressure, because we lost the Ivory Coast in the penalty shootout, yeah, and like Ghana penalty shootouts, yeah, we're not good in it. Like we're just not good.
Terrible.
We're terrible, and like he missed there. Don't forget, my man missed in the World Cup against Uruguay. I just couldn't believe it, man. We need to win games in that outright, but yeah, it's a bit mad. In terms of me for a tournament favorite, like they could be considered a dark horse depending on how you look at it, right? Because Ivory Coast, they're the host nation, but they're actually inexperienced team. They've cleared out a lot of the older players, and they're going with some young stars that they've got under their belt. And you never know with the home crowd behind them, and the fact that it's a new team and it's an opportunity for them to do something in the tournament at home. Like they could do something potentially. Like they got a few experienced players in there, like the likes of Frank Kessie, but they've got some good young players like Diamande, the centre back that's playing at Sporting Lisbon. He's due to get a big move at the end of the season. They've got Sebastian Haller, who before his illness, he was bagging goals for Ajax and for Ajax before he moved to Dortmund, and all of that happened. So there's an opportunity there. Vibes, you're taking the piss, bro. They're trying to say I'm Wisa, the wing of Brentford, allow me, bro.
Bro, this chat never changes. Like I don't know where's the slipper in all of this.
I'm not gonna lie, we heard the doof, and then you turned your camera off. It doesn't help the agenda.
That's my cat.
And then Karim Konate, who plays for RB's Salzburg as well.
I'm getting my pizza as well.
Young player, potentially could be it's going to be a big tournament for him. He's 19. He's obviously going to be the understudy to Haller. You just don't know. Like them being the home team could potentially push them a lot more. We saw that with Cameroon. Not the best Cameroon side like we've seen, but they got to a semi-finals at least. And just on that, the host nations, only Egypt in the last, I think 10 editions of the tournament have been the host and won it. Every other team that has hosted it since then, the average they get to is the quarters. Gabon were the only one to go out in the group stage in 2017. So it's difficult for a host nation because of the pressure. But I see something there potentially with Ivory Coast. But Morocco, definitely, they're going to be favorites. That World Cup run was crazy. Egypt, always there and thereabouts, and they got Mo Salah. And then after that,
no sitting on the fence, Roland. Come on, we want to hear it, man.
And then you got Senegal as well, who they're defending champions. But I ain't gonna lie, I might just put it in the hands of Ivory Coast. I just have this feeling where young and inexperienced squad, but they're gonna go and push as hard as they can. and they've got talent, man. They got some good players. They got Jeremy Boga as well, too. So it could be interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. And they could break the duck, man. Like Egypt were the last team to win it as being host. Like we need a host to win it. Like I would like to see anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right, cool. Let's get into dark horses. Like just on a quick one. Like who do you think is gonna really shock us in this tournament? Because there's some good teams. Like we always talk about the bigger type of nations, but there's some really good teams that can shock us. Like in this, what do you guys think?
No one got a dark horse.
I got one. Like I think
I'm going Guinea.
I might go Gambia, just because of what happened last time. And then obviously the little shock that happened at the beginning of the tournament. Now it might spur them on a little bit. Like like they're gonna try their hardest to make sure that they bring it home potentially. I don't think they will, but they might shock a few.
I think my dark horse probably got to be Ghana, man. I mean,
no. Here's the thing, right? In Afcon, there are countries where it doesn't matter their form. When they play in this tournament, they just turn on.
They turn it on. Zambia are gonna be one of them. I guarantee.
Cameroon,
Zambia,
Senegal.
Rich, you said Guinea, yeah?
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea. Yeah, they were good last time, isn't it?
Yeah, they were last time.
Yeah.
They're gonna make one of my third place places. If they hit second, then Nigeria will finish third.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're gonna get into these groups. Hamza, you got any dark horse?
Probably. Oh, Burnley scored. Nice. Probably Ivory Coast. Are they considered dark horses?
You could say that. It's a young squad, as I said. Like it's not like there's no
No,
Eric.
they're not that strong of a squad, but I think like it's one of those tournaments where there's just a random country where this country turns up. I think Ivory Coast might have this one, like young, hungry players playing for the country. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, to be fair, Burkina Faso for me, yeah, they could be that. They are always there or there.
Yeah, they're by the
good.
way, they're the ones who caused Egypt big troubles.
Yeah, they played really well.
They're a very good team. Like people be forgetting they got Edmund Tapsoba, plays for Bayer Leverkusen at centre back, very solid. You will see it in the tournament once again. 3 years on, more experience. Like he's a key. Obviously, they've got what's the guy's name?
Is it Bayern Munich striker?
Nah, it's the guy. He used to play for City. He plays for Luton, fullback. I forgot his name.
Oh, Kabori,
yeah. He was really good in the last tournament. Still fairly young, and now he's a Premier League player now. So it's going to be interesting to see how he helps their team. I wonder if Bertrand Traore still plays for them. They should do. I'm sure he still does. Used to play for Villa. I think he's a former Chelsea youth product as well. So it'll be interesting to see from them. They might
who's I thinking of then? Plays for Bayern.
Striker. Oh, Nigerian Boniface.
No, not him.
Bayern Munich.
Was he? I'm sure he plays for Bayern Munich.
Let me see. He's a striker?
Yeah, he's a striker.
How long ago did he play for Bayern?
Because this is how
he was like a kind of a backup striker.
He's Harry Kane.
Promoting. He's from Cameroon, no?
Oh, is he from Cameroon? Is he Cameroon?
Yeah.
Okay, he's from Cameroon.
Yeah.
Is he there this year?
Yeah, he should be there.
No, he's not there. He's not
there.
He's not there.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's why I want Man United to get him. Yeah, that could have been one of the controversies.
He weren't selected.
Yeah, because like you look at their forward line, to be fair,
because he's quite decent. He's quite decent in Afcon.
But the forwards, yeah, like they got Abubakar, Nkudu, Ng, Tokwe Kambi. I don't know who this. I don't know who. I don't know. They got Ngamalu, and then like I don't know Magri or Muambanga. Yeah, but like I don't know them guys. But yeah, they may be young guys. But anyway, it's interesting. All right, cool. Group A preview. I'm gonna just put this on my screen so you guys can actually see the groups. Just give me 1 second. There we go.
I think Choupo-Moting, by the way, like I think we're too late, but I think he's a fantastic player. I would really welcome him at Man United, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on that at Man United, but you know, it is what it is.
JC Mbeumo's injured.
All right, let me just put this off. All right, so group yeah, Mbeumo's injured. Group A. So what I want you guys to do is give me your first place, your second place, and whether one of these teams will be a potential best third place team. Because obviously there's also that route into the last 16. So so give me your thoughts, guys.
Should we just take one group each then?
You want to take one group each, yeah? All
Yeah.
right, so all right, cool. So I'll start then, seeing as we can do this. All right, so
I think it's straightforward.
it's not straightforward because this is Afcon, you forget. But all right, cool. I'm gonna say Nigeria are gonna be the group winners. And then Côte d'Ivoire will come in second, and a potential. Nah, I think I'll leave it. I don't think there'll be a best third place in this group anyway.
Agreed.
Group B, Rich. This is on you now. Don't say anything. Don't say anything crazy.
Right, Egypt are winning the group, and now I'm stuck.
You man really don't rate your thing, innit?
I think we'll go through. We'll go through, but
I'm gonna put a second, but it's with 4 points. You know, one of those when you're looking at goal difference now.
Yeah.
Did Ayew get called up?
Both of them did.
Both of them.
Oh, so you know what? Jordan Ayew has been good this season.
That's what I was about just to say. He's been quite decent. He has. He's been decent this year.
He's been good. But
so I'm not gonna give him any that. But Dede,
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Obviously we're missing the likes of Suleiman. We've had so many injuries as well.
But we got depth though in the wide areas. Yeah. We got so much depth, man. Like,
and also our fullbacks are still an issue.
Yeah. After the fullback thing, I'm cool, man. Because people,
so Egypt, Ghana.
But do you know what? I think Ghana are gonna beat. I think Ghana are gonna beat Egypt.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Maybe. I mean, your defense is a bit shaky, but so is ours, though. I mean, like, I like the fullbacks anyway. The centre back partnership, we probably got the best one. Or one of the best centre back partnerships in the tournament for sure. But in terms of the fullbacks, we're cooked. Because no Lamptey just came back training, so he never made the squad.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Lamptey, he's not in.
Nope, he didn't make the squad.
Is Wan-Bissaka now playing for
Congo? No, he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't.
He hasn't switched yet, which I don't understand why he's waiting around. But yeah.
Egypt first, Ghana second. I don't think there'll be a
third.
A third, unless it's third, we go third. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Hamza, Group C is yours.
Well, that's one of the toughest groups, and I think. I think Senegal are gonna be first. I think
it's a tough group.
No, the holders. I think in the Afcon always play well in the groups.
Not always,
but it's really close. By the way, I like.
This is a tough group. This is a tough.
Yeah,
group.
Really tough group.
This is like group of death, kind of.
Yeah. So I'll put Senegal first. Gambia second. I think Cameroon are gonna be the third who qualify through this. It's a really tough one, It's
this is a group of death, man. It's just tough. Like, look at it, man. It's like because Guinea they're a good team. They're actually a good team.
And Cameroon, by the way, really. You know what? I'm gonna change it. I go Cameroon first, Senegal second, and Gambia third. I think just Cameroon, in the Afcon, they just turn into prime Barcelona. It's just like they're just so weird.
I think in this group, yeah, we're gonna see some draws. We're gonna see a lot of like draws, scoring draws in this group,
Yeah.
where like it's just a tough game. Both teams are battling to try and win, and they can't get it. They can't get no change out of each other. And then we're gonna see it go down to the final days, and they're both playing at the same time, and we get winners out of it. But there'll be a third place in this group, I think. But yeah, cool. Reese, this is Group D for you.
Ooh, this is actually a weird one as well.
It's a weird one. I won't lie, because I haven't seen much of Angola in a minute, to be honest with you.
No, they have got some good players though.
Yeah.
A lot of their players play in Europe, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's one in Napoli, the right back, I think. Not the right back. The center
You know
backs.
what?
No, the
I think-
goalkeeper, Sakosha, I think his name.
I think the group is going to be exactly how we see it.
Ooh, you think so?
Yeah, exactly how we see it.
That is interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
You know what's weird? I had Burkina Faso winning this.
Yeah, Burkina Faso, for me, they're winning this.
Yeah, they're a good team. I
They're
remember them last Afcon as well. They was, yeah.
They're smacking this group, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think Algeria.
What?
Yeah. Even though the disappointment from last, but we can't discount the fact that they won it the year before and they played very, very well.
I think they're one of those teams as well. Like you just never
Yeah, you can't write them off.
take your eye off.
Yeah. No, you can't.
Burkina Faso are smacking this group, though, in my opinion. I can't lie. I just have this feeling like,
Oh, man. Roland, we don't want to start clipping, because remember what happened last time?
like, everybody's getting the victory over Mauritania, yeah? They're going to beat them.
Yeah.
Easy. Everyone's getting a win, yeah?
Is Mauritania got any players that play in Europe?
They probably do, but not in like, no, let me just double check. I'll just double check real quick.
They must have, because they're close to
No.
Morocco.
Nah, they don't. Well, they do, but they're players that play in like the second and third division of France.
Okay.
Like, and there's like, yeah, there's a guy that plays Aboukari Koita, who plays in the second division or third division in Belgium. Like, they don't have many players that play at high level. So,
Yeah.
like,
What the hell?
like, so for me, they're not gonna get nothing in this group. If they do, it's a big shock. It's gonna be one of the biggest shocks in Afcon history if they get a win in this group. But and you never know, because sometimes you kind of get those situations where they write off a team completely, and that team will give everything in that one game against one of these giants and win. It happens, like it does happen. We saw what happened with in the World Cup. I know this is separate, but Saudi Arabia and Argentina. Saudi Arabia outplayed Argentina and beat them. Like, like obviously it didn't mean anything to Argentina. They won the tournament in the end, but it was one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history. So you never know. But if we're going by what it looks like, Reese is saying exactly how you see it on there.
Exactly
how it is.
I doubt people remember the game.
So what do you think? What do you think, Reese? Do you think there'll be a third place in this group like that will get through?
No, I don't. No,
because mind you, I think it's only 3 spots.
Agreed.
In terms of, I think it's only 3 spots.
How many groups are there?
It's 4.
Oh, is it 4? Okay, yeah. So there's
how many groups are there?
There's 6 groups.
Okay.
So there'll be 2 coming out of the 2 top ones, and then yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
but
exactly how it is.
In my opinion,
if there are 4 teams, then probably someone will the third place will qualify from this.
Group E, I'm gonna pick. It's back to me again. So this is also pretty like because I haven't seen South Africa in a minute. Like they've not been in an Afcon for a long time. I want to say the last time that they was in the Afcon was 2005.
Really, that long?
Yeah, they haven't been in it for a minute. Like they're not really the best footballing nation, to be fair. Like,
that's a bit unfair, man. Remember their World Cup, bro? That was like,
but like they went out in the group stage, bro. Like they didn't do much.
but the goal, Roland, the goal.
I get it. Like it's part of our World
They
Cup.
don't.
Yeah,
Roland,
come
they
on,
don't.
man. I was there for it, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hear it, but like it was a bit embarrassing. Yeah, look, Greece is doing it, bro. It was a bit embarrassing. It went up, bro. But yeah, I think Tunisia win this group. You know, they
over Mali, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Mali are okay. Like they always have top players. Like, you know, like it's just from their history. Yeah, like, always had
losing the core was massive.
Yeah. I mean, like they got you. Obviously, we know about Bissouma, who's Spurs player. They've got Sekou Koita, Ibrahim Sissoko as well. I wonder where's my man? What's the guy's name? Oh yeah, Haidara. If everybody remembers, Haidara still plays for Leipzig.
Yeah.
Mohamed Kamara as well, who plays for Monaco in France. Like they got good players.
Yeah, they got ballers in the team.
They've got.
I think their team has strong chemistry.
They're that's the thing. Like they got a good chemistry within that team. It's just they always seem to fall short. Like always, even though they got like, you know, good players. You know what I mean? Like they always seem to fall short. But I have a feeling Tunisia will win this group just because of the way they play. Like they're tough, man. Like they are a tough team, and they're gonna keep going. Like they work together really hard, like as well. So, but yeah, I think it's gonna be Tunisia, then Mali, and then we might get a third place. You know, in this group.
I think so.
We might get a third place in this group. I think I'm gonna say Namibia. You know, I'm gonna do a little shocker there. They will sneak in with like a little 2 points or something like that, or 3 points maybe potentially. Like just get one win maybe over South Africa, and then just sneak through on some goals.
One win is going to be huge in this tournament.
Trust me, you get the one win, you could potentially go through. Like you see.
Yeah.
For the people in the chat, by the way, Hannibal is not in the Afcon.
No,
he opted not to play.
Yeah. So yeah, Hamza, what did he decide not to play, or did they not pick him?
No, he decided not to play. He didn't want to play.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah, that is bad.
Crazy. I can't lie. But now I hear it though, because he hasn't played a lot of football at all. Like let's be real. If you're like, he doesn't play football for United, he doesn't play under 23s anymore. So when you don't play football, you're gonna really want to prioritize just being in your rhythm. Like, even though he does play for the national team, I don't even think he's a starter for the national team. I don't think he is.
No, he's a starter. He's a starter. I think he's been an influential part of the team. The last couple of times they've played, he's been a strong part. Like in the Euros, he's performed well. In the Euros. Oh God, I'm gonna mix it all up.
The Euros. We're not there yet, buddy. We're not there. We're not there yet.
Anyway.
Rich, finish us off with this group F.
Yeah, I expect Morocco to top this group. And then Zambia second, DR Congo finishing third and qualifying though.
Congo finishing third. Interesting.
No, Rich might have got it spot on though, because Congo Congo. Wait, did Wissa get called up? I think he did.
Who?
Yeah, but if he's not getting the service, he ain't scoring.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna double check. I'm make sure.
Yeah, Wissa got called up.
Yeah, Wissa got called up. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting as well. All right, cool. I think we may have to rush some of this along here because we want to get to the sweepstakes, because that's gonna take a minute. I can't lie. Just from the way we're gonna do it. But surprise package, like any of these smaller nations that potentially could, you know, cause an issue. Do you guys reckon?
Zambia.
I think, yeah.
You say Zambia? Maybe. I'm trying to see who's gonna on this side. I feel like I don't know. Like I could see maybe like a victory for for like a Tanzania or Namibia or something like that. Like that kind of goes against the odds. Maybe a Mauritania as well. They might get a little victory, surprise us a little bit. Even Cape Verde were really good. They're in Ghana and Egypt's group. They were really good in the last tournament. They didn't do like super well, but they tried. They tried at least.
Yo, Roller Sertica, you see him, you are an absolute legend for what you've just put in the WhatsApp. This dossier is legit.
I need to see this.
CM, big up to you. And for those who don't know, basically, he's literally created a full squad list for every nation, jersey numbers, everything.
Wow.
Current club, birthday, whole
CM,
dossier.
you're a legend. CM, you're a legend.
Hey, tell him to see that.
Oh,
See that into
incredible.
Sky Sports, man.
This is incredible.
Yeah,
See that into Sky Sports.
Yeah, you need this, because boy, it's hard.
This is for the watch-alongs, by the way.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. When we did commentary last time, I just had my phone up and I was just going through squads. Like, this is gonna be so helpful, man. Thank you, CM. Appreciate this.
Yeah, this is really good.
So good.
Big shout. Yeah.
No, big up to CM, man. But yeah, CM's gonna be here, man, when we start doing these watch-alongs from tomorrow. So
Don't tweet it, by the way, because people are gonna steal it.
yeah. Players to watch. Like, are there any guys in this tournament that you're
Mohamed Kudus?
Yeah.
It's the only time I get to shout about Ghana. And listen, that fraud Mo Salah trying to steal his celebration. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Excuse me?
Started it first.
You heard me.
Could you start it first?
You heard me.
Could you start
that scene on the thing? That is Mohamed Kudus' celebration. Why is Salah? No, don't.
You've started a war that you're not up for.
Don't worry, we'll find out very soon.
But I think it's gonna be Omar Marmoush.
No, it's not gonna be him.
I think it's gonna be him.
I mean, you could say this. I mean, you have more knowledge, but like I saw him last time out, I wasn't impressed.
He's in the Bundesliga has been really influential for his team. I really do think
Frankfurt, right?
He's been what?
He plays for Frankfurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's been really good. He's an electric winger as well. I think every time he plays for the country, I think he's one of those players. Remember, like the Mane, Firmino, Salah effect. I think he's one of those players where he completes that front line. And Rich, you could turn off the camera instead of laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. I just saw a comment in the chat.
Anyway,
JC, you are a snake.
Oh God. This chat is crazy, you know.
Yo,
anyway,
we got Jerry saying Kudus player of the tournament.
Clip it. Omar Marmoush is gonna be the player of the tournament.
I think this is bias.
It's not biased.
It's biased, man.
No,
biased.
It's not.
It's biased.
He always performs, because if I think that Egypt are gonna go all the way, I think he's gonna be the key part of this, because Mohamed Salah usually doesn't perform that well for Egypt, and I think Omar Marmoush is gonna be the one who's like more of an important player than him in terms of not gonna say technically, but like in terms of finishing and assisting. I think
Victor Osimhen, is the one I'm gonna like, because he missed the last Afcon tournament, for Nigeria, because he had the broken cheekbone and he was trying to rush back to get into the squad. And the fact that obviously they've lost Victor Boniface as well, due to injury, like, which is a bit of unfortunate for him, because he's been on a mad run of form for Leverkusen this season. But Victor Osimhen, this is his time, like, to help Nigeria, because I don't think they missed him too much. Well, maybe they did. I would say they missed him because ultimately they didn't win the tournament, right? But I feel like he's itching to really make his mark on an Afcon, because this will be his debut, I believe, at Afcon. So it'll be interesting from him. And then Ousmane Diomande, the centre back for Ivory Coast. 20 years old, plays for Sporting Lisbon. I mentioned earlier, probably or is emerging to be one of the best ball carrying centre backs in world football right now. This is a big tournament. Like, people need to, if you've not watched him before, this is your opportunity to watch him. Like, because he's being linked with so many big clubs across Europe for this summer. This might be a tournament where he puts himself in that window and says, I'm one of the top centre backs in the world. Who else for me? Like, hey, Vincent Abubakar, man. Like, that's another player to watch. Like, he's put on scoring exploits in the last tournament for Cameroon. Obviously, they were at home, so maybe it's a bit different in terms of that. But he's played in Europe, still plays for Besiktas in Turkey. He's gonna get an opportunity to score goals if they create chances for him, which I think they should. Cameroon, he'll put the ball in the back of the net. He is a proven goal scorer at this level. I think he scored 5 in the last tournament for Cameroon. So it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Mo Salah, I don't even need to speak about him. Hakimi had a really good World Cup and a really good Afcon last time out. I expect him to be doing something
really
big.
good World Cup as well.
Yeah. What's his name? Onani, I think his name is. Not Onana, Onani, who's a midfielder for Morocco as well.
Onana might even play, no?
Yeah, he might not, but like, he was really good in the World Cup, if you remember, and that was where he got his move from. Where I don't know where he was, because he's moved to Monaco now, I think it is. He was supposed to go to Napoli, but yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I've seen a couple of comments, by the way, that are really good. Big shout out to Kender99. Zizou, the guy who plays in the Egyptian league. He's a really good player as well. I don't think he's gonna be one of the most important players in the squad, because I think the midfield is not that complete for him to thrive. But he's a really good player. He's a really good player. He's one of those players. He's one of those every year top players, like team of the season. He's a really good player. Like, yeah, Zamalek. Yeah. He's really good.
I mean, I remember watching him in the last tournament. Like, he was coming off the bench, like in some of the games. Like, and I think it's hard when you're coming off the bench in them kind of games, because it's just like you're trying to affect things, and it's like it's hard to just get straight into the. But if he's starting games, from the glimpses that I saw of him, I think he will be a good player for you guys. And obviously,
the problem is we need to fit in the midfield. I don't see how. We've got one of the problems as well in the midfield. Like, who's gonna be in the midfield with Nene? Is Zizou gonna be the main man, or gonna play with 2 holding midfielders?
Yeah,
this is gonna be interesting. But big shout out to Kender. I really forgot about him.
Yeah. Kudus, man. This is Kudus' tournament though. Like, if Ghana have to pin some hopes on somebody, it's only going to be him, because of you've seen the form that he's been on, that run of form he's been on for West Ham from the beginning. Like, just watching him play, like, he excites everybody, you know. And obviously he announced himself on the world stage in the World Cup. He scored 2 goals in the tournament, or 3 goals in the tournament. This is now his time to kind of maybe potentially carry, because this is what we expect of players in Africa.
Their mantle now.
You carry, like, it's always 1 or 2 players for a nation in this type of tournament that carries their country forward, and Kudus has got to step up and do that for him, because now it's no longer on Andre Ayew anymore. It was Andre Ayew's time, but his time has passed now. So even though I think they're all going to be trying to fit them into the same team.
Yeah. Listen, square pegs and round holes, they'll find a way.
They'll find a way to bring him into that when he shouldn't be. He should be on the bench, because I'm sorry, you're playing in Qatar now. Your career is done. Like, you finished your time here. You get me? Like, it's true though. Like, he didn't have a club until like not recently. Like, he didn't have a club. So
Suleiman is injured. He's not in the squad.
Yeah, Suleiman is injured, but like, to be fair, he's been injured. Like, he's been having
all the time. Yeah, he's always injured.
He's had a horrible injury, injuries like in the last year. And then obviously Ishaku's not even playing, and he's playing really well for Leicester right now. But he didn't get in the squad. And then obviously Felix Afena-Gyan, I don't see this guy anymore. After he rejected the call up to the under-21s, he thought he was bigger than the under-21s, but I'm glad to see Salisu's back. He was injured at the start of the season, had a really bad thigh or hamstring injury, then he's just returned, so he's in the squad. I'm happy to see that because I can't see no Daniel Amate at centre back. I can't.
Oh, please.
My heart can't take it anymore, bro. Like, I don't even want him to play. Like, that's as I just don't want him to play. He just needs to sit down. He is so bad. Like, and this the reason why we're not happy. Like, I'm just to set this as for Ghanaians anyway. It's like we played in America 2 games against the US and against Mexico. We lost both of those games. Me and Santi were texting each other, when we played against Mexico. Mexico didn't have to get out second gear. They beat us 2-0. They didn't have to get out second gear. 2-0. Then we lost 4-0 to the USA side. Now that USA side, a young, energetic, they're good technical side. But they shouldn't be beating us 4-0 in a friendly game. They shouldn't. Because from a physical standpoint, we should be battering them on that side of things. And then the technical stuff can come in after that. Like, we have issues, man. We have a very good young striker, I'm not going to say young striker, a very good striker in Iñaki Williams, who thrives on chances, and nobody's trying to find him. Like, he needs chances to score, and you're not trying to find him. So you're going to see my man running around doing cardio sessions because we can't get him the ball. So this is why I'm not confident. Like, and I don't know if it's to do with the manager, Chris Hughton, or if it's to do with the stuff surrounding it, the politics.
It probably is.
Just quick question, how do you think a lot of the top teams are going to sort of approach a lot of these games? So obviously, because of the heat, I can't see, like you say, I can't see players just running around headless, like, because after, halftime, that'll be it. They'll be gone. So how do you think they're going to approach
like tomorrow
the games?
Tomorrow, I expect to see, because it's an evening game, isn't it? So Ivory Coast, they're gonna take the game to Guinea-Bissau, in my opinion, from the off. I think in those 2 o'clock games, you're right, Reece. Like, the games are gonna be played at a slow pace. Just generally, that happens mainly, I think, due to some of the pitches that we'll find as well. It's just the ball doesn't move. The ball doesn't move quick. You know what I'm saying? And as much as you try and wet it,
the ball doesn't even move. By the way,
it's tough. Like, so you're gonna have that. Then obviously, as we come out of the first 2 games in those kind of final group games, cagey. It's always cagey because like there's something riding on it. So sometimes we have some really really bad games where there's no quality and we're looking at one chance, like really one clear-cut chance to win the game. And then some you might get a game where, like in that final group, where they just both go for it because they need to win, type of thing. So you might get an exciting one out of that. I think
that Egypt and Senegal game was crazy, man.
Yeah, so like I think if teams actually get a lead and then even extend the lead, then after 60 minutes everything slows down. They just try and wrap up the game and try and save themselves for the rest of the tournament. Like, you're gonna see little things like that.
How would you approach it if you was manager? How would you approach these games?
If I was the manager of Ghana, like, I'm looking at the actual list. Like, our first game's against Cape Verde. You gotta go all out.
Go for it.
You have to go for it because that's the game, innit? Like, because you've got a game against Mozambique, which also could be an easy-ish one, but it could be a banana team just because of what happened with Comoros. And I know from Ghana's perspective, a lot of the players from a mental side, they have issues with these kind of games where you're lacking motivation because you're like, oh, this is a nothing team. We're better than them, man for man. But you go into the game with that lack of motivation and they'll beat you. So it's like, for me, I'm approaching it. If you've got 2 smaller teams in your group, you got to attack them both, beat them, and get your 6 points on the board. And then if you're gonna face one of your rivals, I'm trying to get a draw.
At the same time,
I
think the way that Houghton's got us played, I think we can only really just hit teams on the break with our pace.
Yeah,
because I don't know what Houghton's trying to get out of this team, but it's not working.
It's definitely not working. Like, I like that. That's the thing. Is like, I don't want to turn this into a little Ghana therapy session, but like, we're in trouble. Like, we're in trouble. Like, I can't see Chris Hughton all of a sudden getting this group to just perform. Like, I just can't, because we know the way he plays football. Generally, he's very cautious and safe. A lot of the Ghanaian fans, they're like shocked. Like, they were like not expecting this, but I'm like, if you've been watching his teams over the years,
Mm.
they haven't played great football. When he was the manager of Norwich and they went down, they
Brighton.
were terrible.
Was he Brighton?
Yeah, he was at Brighton. Yeah, he was at Brighton as well, and they were about to go down, and then they replaced him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the only example of where he's played some semi-decent football was when he was with Newcastle in the Championship, when they got promoted. That was the time where you saw a different side to his football. But I don't know if that was because of the players at his disposal. A lot of them players came from a Premier League position and they dropped down and didn't leave. So, but for me, I'm not expecting much. I didn't expect to even become the manager, to be honest with you. Like I was shocked because we were saying, yeah, it'll be good, but I don't know, like, because I don't think he's handled.
Where's he from? He's from the Caribbean.
No, he's from Ghana. Like, so his dad. I think his dad's Ghanaian and the mum's Irish.
Okay.
And he was born in London.
I don't know why you're talking in anger.
Who, me? No, there's no anger, man. I'm chilled, man. I know what this is gonna be. We're in trouble. That's what it is.
Also, I wanted to ask as well. So, like, you see, like the teams that don't have much European players in their team, do you find that they've got more stamina and they're able to sort of go on a bit longer?
They got more chemistry.
Endurance.
I think they got more chemistry. So, like Egypt, for example, they've only got 2 players that play outside of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like in your squad, like literally, there's only 2 players. I think it is. Or I think it's Hegazi.
5.
It's 5. Okay, 5. So the rest of them all play in Egypt. And like generally, you tend to see this with some nations where a lot of their players play in the country, so they all know each other. They play each other every week. So there's a good level of chemistry.
I think it's a case of physicality more than stamina, because those kinds of players, like they're actually more physical, more built than actual having stamina. Because if they, let's say for Egypt, for example, if they play high press, the Gegen press style, you might see half the team falling off because they don't have the stamina. Yet they don't have the stamina to play quick football, but they've got the physicality to put on the tackles, defense. The Afcon has been always about physicality. Let's be completely honest, because of the pitches as well. Because as well the fitness isn't as high as the other European countries. And this is the reason why.
An Egyptian team are quite a very physical team. Then is that what you're saying?
I think it's a mix of both, really.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's other teams that are more physical, and Egypt seem to make the final nearly every year. So, like, you know.
I think it's a mix of both, really, because we've like Hegazi, for example. I think he's more of a physical player. He's really slow, but he's really good in one-on-ones, and he's a really good tackler. Really a steady defender. Let's say he's a kind of style of Harry Maguire. And the others, like, they've got. Now here's the thing. Here's the problem of Egypt, right? If you want to play a certain way, you have to adapt the entire team. But unfortunately, we have got players where they've got more stamina, less physicality, more physicality, less stamina. So here comes the role of the experienced people, the likes of Mohamed Salah, the Omar Marmoushes, the players who play outside of Egypt, where they have to be the leaders, where they try to adapt the manager's way. I think Kirosh, before he left, I think the main players have been absolutely influential in his way of continuing the game. Because if you all remember, he probably got like 4 matches in a row in extra time. So yeah, I think it really depends on the managers and the leaders we have. I think this is the year where we actually get to see the best of Egypt. I really do.
Who's the manager of Egypt? Hamza.
To be honest, I don't know his name.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because we've got.
I think he's frozen. I think he's frozen. Who's the manager?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Rui Vitória.
Yeah, StreamYard gone completely off.
Rui Vitória, that's his name. He's a Portuguese manager. He hasn't really.
Yeah,
managed.
we've got two Portuguese managers. That's we've got two Portuguese managers nowadays. We've got like Al Ahly have the Portuguese manager. I don't know his name. But the thing is, in Egypt, that's why I'm saying like there's more of a squad, more of an organization, but it's because they now have a backroom staff where the backroom staff have actually more say and more power with the manager. So there's a bit of more of a unity, more of a strong squad in terms of on and off the pitch. So yeah, I'm really hopeful for a good year.
All right, let's run through these a little bit quickly. Who do you think the top scorer of the tournament is going to be?
Osherman.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I can't lie. I can't see anybody past him. If they give him chances, yeah, he's going to score them goals.
Kudus.
That's a shout, though. Like, it's a shout. It depends on how far Ghana goes, but
because I think he's the main man, really.
Reece, you said who?
Ziyech.
Wow.
Hey, you don't know, man. Them free kicks,
free kicks. Come on, bro.
Them free kicks, bro. They're gonna have chances. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm saying. Them free kicks, bro. That's what I'm trying to. You know, sleeping on these kind of man. Serious.
Those Ajax free kicks, by the way, were
bro for the World Cup.
Yeah. All right.
Forget the Onana ones because Onana's crap.
I think this Afcon as well. I'm sure all mostly, but set pieces are probably a big part of the game.
Yeah, that's the point of physicality, you know.
Yeah,
this is why we say
putting that ball in the box, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Especially if you like saying the pitches are slow and like build up play is going to be difficult.
How's the VAR situation, by the way? I haven't read about it that much.
Probably someone's phone.
Yeah, do we even have VAR? Because last time it was bad, you know. That VAR, I think it was the first Afcon with VAR, innit? It wasn't great.
It was a mess.
It wasn't great. So I wonder if it's gonna be better this time, like because
the lines were wonky. It was mad.
Nah, it was a bit mad, bruv. Like when we were seeing the table that they had all of the equipment on it, I was like, no, we're not doing this, bruv. Like this is bad. Like this is embarrassing, bruv. Like we need. So I'm hoping they got the proper screens and that. Like it should be better, hopefully.
Oh no, we're not gonna have those proper screens. We said we don't have good. No. No, it's never gonna happen.
You're wrong. I hope tomorrow we see one good screen, bruv, for any VAR. All right.
Listen,
look. Before we do this, yeah, because we got sweepstakes in it. We don't want to be keeping the people too long in it. That's what they're here for, the sweepstakes in it. But no sitting on the fence now, in it. Who is your tournament winner? Like no sitting on the fence, no none of this. Who is your actual tournament winner?
Senegal.
Hamza.
Egypt.
Reese.
Maghreb.
I say Morocco, yeah. I'm going Ivory Coast, man. Host nation, bro. I'm putting it on them, man. They got to do it.
Bro, you got to go with Ghana, man. Come on, man.
No.
They're not going to even go through the round of 16.
We're not winning this. No.
You know what, yeah?
I can't.
You know what? I'm changing, man.
Ghana. No.
I'm going Ghana.
You're bugging out.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm going to go Ghana.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. No.
All
right, cool.
Gonna endure some pain.
Sweepstakes time. This is what everybody's here for, man. Sweepstakes, man. Now, Rich, before we actually do any of the drawing, can you just please explain to the people out there who have actually participated and who haven't and are interested in what's going to go on about the sweepstakes, please?
Yeah, so now big up for everyone involved. This is kind of like a follow-up from the World Cup one, which we thought was really good. I think it went really well. All 24 participants had to send over to us £4, which went into a PayPal kitty. Now, what we've done for the World Cup to make it interesting is that not only does the winning team get a prize, but the worst performing team gets a prize too. 100% vibes, no refunds. If you know, you know. So, what we didn't want to happen, obviously, normally with sweepstakes, you've obviously the best winning team. So if your team comes out in the group stages, people just lose interest, you know. So maybe you might want Mauritania, you know, because you might have a chance to get something. So there should be a total kitty of about £96. What we're thinking of at the minute of doing £70 for the winner, £26 for the loser. So it's a decent share for a £4 stake, you know. And yeah, like I said, 24 entrants. And yeah, no, thanks for those involved.
Cool. So this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna pick a name, and then I'm gonna pick a country for that person. And then if Rich, you could potentially note it down.
I'm gonna type everything up.
Okay.
So just before we start, just a few things. One, I would say shuffle the names.
Yep. I'm gonna do
And
that.
also, does it have like a sort of time frame of to how long this wheel spins for? Could that be changed?
I don't know. Because
So sometimes these wheels take long, man.
I'm gonna shuffle this a few times just so that no one can say there's been any cheating or
this is it.
any-
Because there was allegations last time.
Yeah,
You know,
no allegations. And then another quick question, because I didn't actually get a chance to test this before I began. Yeah. So when I
after
spin,
it spins, it should give you the option to remove.
Okay, this is what I want to know, innit? I want to know that. All right, cool. So we're ready, people. Yeah, everybody's ready for this. Yeah, everybody in the chat, if you are here, be prepared for your team. All right. So this is gonna be the first spin. Let's see who we pick. Darren Chandler. Right, you have been picked first.
So yeah, remove.
Big up, Darren. If you're watching, I'm gonna remove you, and now we're gonna pick your country, and I'll shuffle this one as well for people, just so you know that it's random. Okay, I'll shuffle it.
After that tapping is
5 times. Now, Darren, we're picking your country now. Let's spin it. And you, Darren, will be getting the host nation.
Oh my
Ivory Coast. That's a good one.
That feels a bit fixed. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not fixed. I swear. we did some shuffling.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna remove Ivory Coast from there. Let's go back.
You know what's mad? How is Ivory Coast next to Senegal?
Yeah, I shuffled it 6 times. You man all saw it. You see how they're throwing the allegations on me? You see how now it was Rich Infantino. Now it's Roland Platini. Come on.
You man, I need to quickly cut, but listen, I'm gonna catch up with you, man, in the streams and that.
Reese, blessings,
yeah,
bro.
good seeing everyone, man. Yeah, remember I said Ghana, yeah.
Nah, yeah, we know,
man.
No, for sure. You'll be there when the Ghana games are playing, bro. You're the biggest supporter, bro. Not me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go. I might have to just draw for a top still.
Big up Reese, man.
All right, bless up everyone. Good seeing you.
Yeah, me too as well.
Take care, man.
Big up,
bro.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
you're back. You're back tomorrow, yeah? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're here, man. We're here. That's it. All right. Second name to be picked in the sweepstakes right now. All right, let's make sure. There we go. Who's next? And it's gonna be Ed. Big up to Ed.
If he gets a good team, it's gonna be stress. Look how close that is to me.
I know. Yeah, I know. That was close. We're gonna remove Ed. Ed, we're gonna pick your team right now. Let me spin the wheel for you. Who are you gonna get, Ed?
Gambia.
The Gambia. You got Gambia, Ed. I say that's a good one. You know, little dark horse there. You know, they're gonna do decently, I think. They're in a tough group though. It's group of death, that group that they're in.
Yeah.
So you never know. Could get a third place out of that. Let me remove Gambia from there. Let's get back to the names. And I'm going to spin it again. And let's see where we end up. And we actually...
And they really want to give it to me, innit?
We end up at Rich. So, Rich, what team do you want right now? Like, I wonder. Like, this is no fix.
One of the favorites or Mauritania or Tanzania.
Or the worst. Wow. But they might not be the worst. You don't know.
You never know, but I need a chance. If you get one of those mid-ranges, peak.
Let me spin the wheel for Rich. Let's see who he gets. There's no fix here. Rich ain't doing none of this. It's all me. Rich got Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Nah.
The chat's gonna cook me.
Nah, that's crazy. But they might not be the best team, though. They might not be the worst team, though. I don't think, though.
They're in for a chance.
They're in for a chance, man. I don't think they're going to do it. All right. So what's this? This is the fourth person now, right?
Yeah.
Fourth person, yeah? All right, cool. Spinning the wheel right now. And it's looking like Ria. Big up, Ria. If you're watching, big up yourself. We're going to remove you here. We're going to pick your country now, Ria. So let's see where you end up. She got Ghana. She got Ghana. Ria, your country is Ghana. I'm just going to say this personally on behalf of the Ghanaians there. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Thank you for the £4. Thank you for contributing to
sorry, because this country, they're not going to win this tournament. You might be in the chance for the worst. You could be after our last tournament. If we carry the same way, we might be in a shout for the worst. But Ria, Ghana is your country for this tournament, so make sure you rep us well. Now we're on to the sixth person. Yeah. Fifth.
Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth.
Right. Fifth person. Okay, let's go. Who's next? And it's gonna be J Stars. Big up to J Stars.
Big up to quite a few of the Palace ones reached out on Twitter to join in. So big up to them.
So this is the Palace fan, right?
The Palace fans, yeah.
Yeah, big up to J Stars, man. I know you must be watching on Eagle Eye. It's extra right now, but big up yourself. We're going to remove you from here. We're going to pick your country now, J Stars. Who are you going to get? Ooh, you got yourself Cameroon. That's a good one. That is a good one. You know, Cameroon semi-finalist last time out. Could they go back to the semi-finals and get over the hump and potentially win it? But you got yourself a good country in with a chance for sure. Or might not be, because this is Afcon. Anything can happen.
It's so random.
It's random. It's proper random. We don't know who's going to win this tournament. Honestly, you can bring up your favorites, but I'm not so sure. All right, let's move on. Next person up for their country. Who's gonna be Vibes? It's looking like it's landed on you.
Yes, Vibes. Remember, Vibes. All the allegation gets thrown Roland's way this time around. You know.
No. No allegations. Whatever you get is whatever you get. It's got nothing to do with you. This is random. Completely random. Okay, cool. Vibes. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Equatorial Guinea Vibes.
The Vibes will be competing for the lowest team. Don't worry, me and you.
Emmanuel Nsue is your guy. That's who you should be supporting the whole tournament. Emmanuel Ensue is your guy. I'm just saying. Anyway, I don't think he's gonna play though. He's old now. He's just gonna be on the bench. But it is what it is. Vibes, you're in trouble. Next person on the list. Let's see. Stephen Rodin. Big up yourself.
Steven.
Big up yourself.
I was in the chat earlier.
Big up, Stephen.
Big up.
Let's remove you, Stephen, from there. Let's pick your country, Stephen.
There's still some strong nations in there, you know.
Yeah, there's still some strong nations here. Some of the Stephen, you have got Guinea. It's a good one.
Yeah, what are the dark horses?
That's a dark horse contender right there. Big up to yourself, Stephen. You have Guinea. I'm gonna remove Guinea from there. Let's go back to the names. Still some people on. I see JC. I'm seeing Santi, Nippon, Tariq, Drizzy. There's loads of people still left. Let's go. Jay Halfacre. You are next up on the list. Let's remove you, Jay, and let's pick your country. Ooh, Jay.
Nigeria.
You got Nigeria. That's a good one. You're one of the
Strong
favorites. You're one of the favorites. Hey, Vibes, there's no beef. Relax. They're trying to do this to me, bro. Like, see, when it was Rich, yeah, like, they're just calling him Infantino. Now people want to fight me. That's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand this. But yeah, Jay, you got Nigeria. That's a good one.
That's a good
good one. You might be in a shout of winning this kitty potentially. We'll see. It's Afcon though, so no guarantee. That's what I'll say. Next one. Drizzy, man, like Drizzy.
Actually, Drizzy's been sending me slander in the chat. Let's see what teams are there. Let me see which one you can get.
Drizzy, you're next. Let's see. You've been just slandering. You got Mauritania.
Yeah, Guinea-Bissau, please.
Guinea-Bissau.
Let's pray that. Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique. Those are for you. Maybe Namibia.
You know, one of those mid-ranges where you know you're just not gonna...
you're not gonna do much. Let's see. I don't want Drizzy to be talking all this time, you know. If he gets one of these things. If he gets to Morocco or something like that, he's gonna be speaking.
Actually, no, he was slandering Morocco. Yes, Morocco. Bah.
No, but Morocco could win it though. Hey! Hey!
Bah. Because no, in the chat, he was like, "Don't be hyping Morocco, this, that, and the other." He's got Morocco. Listen, that George is on me.
All right,
I claim it.
It's got nothing to do with me. This one I don't care, but he's got Morocco. That's a good one for Drizzy though. I can't lie. Like, they have a shout of winning this tournament. Let's move on. Next person.
Now he has to support them.
He has to support. It's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see who's up next. AJ, back to your neck.
He goes, "I'm ready to appeal," and then he goes, "What is this juju?"
You're in trouble, Drizzy. But to be fair, you might have a chance. You have a shot. AJ, you are next on this list. Let's see what country you get, AJ. Ooh, AJ, you've got Namibia. I'm sorry in advance.
Well, at least it's fair because he won the World Cup sweepstakes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Bruh, he got Argentina.
Yeah.
He might be within a shout of maybe the loser pot, maybe. But yeah, AJ,
actually,
you got Namibia. You actually got a decent one, to be fair. If you're gonna get in the loser pot, you might get a little bit of change out of this. Let's see, next one. Man, like JC.
The thing is, you won't be seeing this. We've just gone live on Eagle Eye. We've just gone live on Eagle Eye Football doing like a mid-season review. So he's probably on that right now.
Eagle Eye Football Zone, JC. Make sure you go over to Eagle Eye Football and tell JC what country he's getting. Make sure you're in the chat and doing that, people. Let me remove JC from here. What country is JC gonna get?
South Africa.
South Africa, dead. Dead. It's dead food. Don't tell him though. Go into the mid-season preview on Eagle Eye Football.
Look, I'm going there right now.
And tell him he's got South Africa. Dead food. They are not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing in this tournament.
Whoops.
All right. Who's next up? We still got a few names, you know. Let's see who's next. Man, like Dan.
That man done.
You gonna have to all again. Man, like Dan down to 10. We're gonna pick your country soon, Dan. We remove you from here. And let's get into it here. Cape Verde.
My rival.
Cape Verde for Dan. Yeah, that's a rival there. Potentially in the losers pot. The thing about it is, look, I like the fact that Rich has added this little element to it where not only the winner, but also the worst team gets something out of it, because at least if you've got a team that performs the worst, and we'll actually know, because it might be a team that really performs very badly, but it could be down to, because of goal how different. Could be goal difference. So when we get to the end of the group stages, we'll know who's going to be the loser. And so I guess, how do you want to do it, Rich? Like, do you want to announce it potentially after the groups are done? Maybe
we do it after the group.
We could do a call in and do that potentially. But yeah, that should be interesting. And then we'll wait for or maybe we will just wait and do it all at the end with the final, but we'll see. Anyway, let's see. Next name up on the list.
Beth Hughesy.
You're up on the next. You're up on the chopping block next. Let's remove Beth from there. And Beth, which country are you going to be getting? Ooh. Congo. DR Congo. That's a decent one. It's kind of like in that mid-range dark horse.
You don't want the mid-range though.
Like, you don't want it, but like you just don't know. As I said, this is Afcon.
It is Afcon.
So you don't know, but Beth, your country is DR Congo. Let me just get into the other one. Okay. There's still some people on here, man. Let's go. Maria. You are next. Which country are you going to be getting, Maria? Let's see. Ooh.
Wow.
Maria, you've got Senegal. And this is a good one. Defending champions. They could be the one to do it again back to back. Let's see. But Maria, you've got Senegal. Who's next up? Let's see. Man like Lil Yo-Yo.
Hey, yes, Yo-Yo.
Big up to Yo-Yo. I see you in here in the chat. Big up yourself. But who has you got, Lil Yo-Yo? Let's see. There's some good countries on here, man. Potentially. Lil Yo-Yo, you've got Mali.
Ooh, that's all right.
It's a decent one. Another dark horse. But Lil Yo-Yo, you have Mali. Still a few more names left. Who's next up? Ooh, Nathan. Nathan, you're next up.
Yeah, big up all the way from Australia.
Oh, big up Nathan, man, all the way from Australia. I don't know if you're going to be watching it right now, but if you do watch it on the playback, big up yourself. And let's see what country you get, Nathan. They're saying this is rigged. Relax, Lil Marley, bro. Lil Marley is hilarious.
Lil Marley.
And Nathan, you've got Mauritania.
Another contender for
Potentially. Mauritania for Nathan. Potential for the losers pot. All right, let's see. We're down to a few more names. Who is next up here? And Patrick is next. Patrick O'Connor. Big up, Patrick.
Big up Patrick from back in the nest. Big up.
Big up, Patrick, man. You are next. Let's see which country you get, Patrick. I hope you're doing very, very well. It's Friday evening.
Zambia.
And it's Zambia. This is another one of them dark horses. Winner of the Afcon in 2012. Hervé Renard, the legendary coach, led them to glory all those years ago. I don't know if they'll be able to do
Don't remind me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, please. I even forgot about that. That semi-final, the penalty. That's a Mojan. I can't believe it. But Patrick, you have Zambia as your team to represent in this Afcon tournament. Let's see. We're down to our last 7 names now. Let's go. Ooh. Ollie. Big up, Ollie. You're next on the list. Let's see which country you get, Ollie.
Still Egypt in there. Tunisia. Egypt is.
Egypt it is for you. There you go, Ollie. Egypt.
Last 5 or 6 to go, I think it is.
Yeah, 6 more to go now. Let's see.
Yeah, and I've got 6 names here, so this is all falling into place.
Nippon is next.
Big up Nippon. When you see this in 2026, let us know.
Nippon, boy. I don't know when you're gonna see this, but hopefully. And you get Guinea-Bissau. I'm sorry, but no, it's losers spot potentially. You might be losers spot. Guinea-Bissau for Nippon. Okay, we're down to the final 5. Everything is matching up. I did this correctly, which is the most important thing.
It's been good.
I didn't want to mess it up with my duplicate names on both sides.
You know it is. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but we've done it correctly the way it looks. Okay. Who's up next? Final 5. Let's go. Man like Crab.
Hey, big up Crab.
Big up Crab. Make sure you go subscribe to him on the Twitch. But Crab, you're up next. And which country you're gonna get, Crab? Let's see. Ooh. Burkina Faso. That's a decent one, Crab, though. Semi-finalists a few times. Finalists as well. When were they finalists? I forgot. What year was that? Was it? Which year was it? It was the year they played Nigeria in the final. When Ghana was supposed to beat them.
Yeah.
In the semi-final, and they tried to give us everything, and we still couldn't take it. But Burkina Faso is a good one, Crab. So you're definitely gonna have fun
Nice.
in this tournament for sure. Who's next? Final 4. Ashley, you're up on there. You're up next.
So that will leave Santi, Martin, and Tariq.
Yep, you're right. And let's see what country you get. Ashley, big up yourself.
Mozambique.
Mozambique. Actually, you have Mozambique potential spot in the losers pot, which means that you could win some money potentially. You're now having to hope that your team loses all 3 games.
Get smashed.
Maybe you'll get it, but we got 3 countries left: Tunisia, Angola, and Algeria. We got 3 names left: Santi, Tariq, and
I
Mark.
think they're all hoping for Tunisia.
I know. But let's go. Let's go. Ashley saying I'm fuming. I'm buying a shirt. Whoever I get, you're getting a Mozambique shirt. Hey, you're next. You are next, Santi. Let's see, Santi. Who are you gonna get? You got the 2 North Africans and Angola in West Africa. And Santi, you've got Tunisia. They're a good team. They're decent.
Not bad at all.
Hard working, for sure. They're a hard working team. Not the best going forward, but this is Afcon, man. They're going to use their physicality to the most. They're going to use their stamina to the most. But let's see. It's between Tariq and Martin. Final 2. Ooh. And it's Martin. Big up, Martin. Oops. Hold on 1 second. And which country are you going to get? So we know which country Tariq is going to get. Let's see. And Martin, you have... Oh! Woo! Martin, you have Algeria. It was this close, people.
By a margin.
It was so close.
But let's spin the wheel just to make sure, you know. Even though we just got to see it.
Nah,
so just making sure the last name.
Yo, the last name, we don't have to spin. We know who it is. Tariq, you have Angola. And that is that. That is a sweepstakes, people. Done and dusted. As far as I believe, I did it correctly. Everybody was picked. Everybody has a country. So, Rich, I'm going to leave it to you to let us know who has who.
All right. So once again, I big up Roland. You did a great job, to be fair.
Appreciate that.
Great job. I'm actually trying to create a nice little image of it whilst so that it can be tweeted out. I found a little Afcon background like how you've got. So I'm just trying to create a little something, but I'm going to go for it. And obviously just the order I've written everyone's names in, not the order of the draw. This is the order that people sent me that they're interested. So myself, I've got Tanzania, Maria, Senegal, Ed, Gambia, Vibes, Equatorial Guinea, JC, South Africa, J Halfacre, Nigeria, AJ's got Namibia, Dan has got Cape Verde, Santiago has Tunisia, Ria has Ghana, Patrick has Zambia, Nathan from Australia has Mauritania, Darren Chandler has Ivory Coast, Ollie has Egypt, Drizzy, and deservedly so, has Morocco. Lil Yo-Yo has Mali, J-Stars Cameroon, Beth Husey, DR Congo, Nippon has Guinea-Bissau, Martin has Algeria, Stephen Roden has Guinea, Ashley Grinham has Mozambique, Tariq has Angola, and Crab has Burkina Faso.
Boy, and that is it. That's the end of the show. We're back. We're back. Look, it's 3 years because we were supposed to have this last year. We were supposed to have it last year, but because of the World Cup in 2022, it got shifted out to this year. Yeah. So we're ready, man. The continent has been starving of their premier tournament for 3 years, and we're back tomorrow. So how it's going to go, people, watch alongs for every single game as much as possible, as much as we all can do. Yeah. There's going to be times where you're going to see CM, Tariq, Reese, Darren. We're going to have a few guests as well. come through. Realist. Hamza will be here for those Egypt games for sure. And yeah, you'll be seeing Rich and me on a lot of the streams. May not be for all of them, potentially, just because of timings and stuff like that. But yeah, you'll be seeing us around. And look, I'm hoping to have another great tournament to watch. Hoping to see some good goals, some really good teams coming together, and hopefully
just give it the respect it deserves, man. That's all.
That's it. And then obviously we'll keep you updated on the sweepstakes, and where we end up. And there's going to be a lot of people ready to.
Lil Marley is quality.
Yeah, Lil Marley. Whoever came up with that, Lil Marley. I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was Vibes or if it was. No, I think it was Santi. I think it was Santi that came up with Lil Marley. It's quality. I can't lie to you. But yo, people, we're gonna end the show right here. Everybody enjoy their Friday night. Make sure you're joining us both on Pros Only Sports and on Eagle Eyed Extra. Tomorrow, I want to do the opening ceremony. You want to do it, Rich? Like, I might take it in.
Was it 7 o'clock, right?
It might start at 7, maybe, potentially. I think it might be at 7 o'clock. I
might be a bit late.
It might be late. Right, cool.
I'm meeting up with like the Eagle Eye football at 5. Yeah. So let's hypothetically, I might actually make kickoff. I didn't think I was ever going to make tomorrow, but I might actually make it for kickoff at least. So. Well, do it from opening ceremony. 100%.
I want to do an opening ceremony. I want to take all in the atmosphere. We're gonna chat.
Hold on. That's if Sky Sports shows.
That's another story. Yeah, you might be right. I might not even be able to watch that. I'm gonna see when the program starts for Sky, but hopefully they might not even give us no respect, and they'll just start 5 minutes before. So we'll see. All I know is kickoff is at 8 p.m. UK time. So if you're gonna join us for that, make sure you join us for that, and we're gonna kick off this tournament right. And the only way we know how to. People, make sure you're hitting that like button. Subscribe to 100%. Both channels. Eagle Eye Football. Eagle Eye Extra. In the description. In the Pros Only Sports. If you can see it right there. Click on that. It will take you right through to Rich and the guys' second channel. And yeah. We're ready, man. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Share it. We're back. Big up, people.
Peace.
Peace.